Hello, hello. I thought I might stream as I sketch some more doggos for doggust. I'll show you what we've got so far if you're not following me on anything else. We'll start off with the prompt list that I am using, and I've just been trying to catch up really. But this is the doggust, drawing dogs in August, yeah, from Eliza RDC _ arts. I'm not familiar with the person. Just saw this prompt list and decided to start on it. So here's what we've got so far. These are 3.5 by 5 inch sketches here. We got our mutt for day 1, Basenji for day 2, don't even know how to say this, Slogy, Slowy, day 3. We got the Belgian Malamoy. I don't know how to pronounce dog names, I apologize. A Danish-Swedish farm dog. We got the Saluki. We have the Broholmer and the Kaiken. So far. So this day, the next prompt, we're not going by days. I'm just trying to catch up. This will be day 9. We have the American Bully. So let's get us a fresh page. I just grabbed this sketchbook to do this in because I don't use this sketchbook for anything anymore. I've had this one for a long time. So just like, why not? Why not utilize it for something? That's my little scratch paper. And I don't remember if we've used the ohuhus before on stream. That's what I got. These are old ohuhu alcohol markers. I love them. I love the brand, honestly. These I've had probably for at least 10 years. Some of them are a little bit dried out. Some of them are kind of like messed up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've used these before on stream. Move my coffee here. But I love them. For the price, for the quality, awesome alcohol markers. And this coming from someone who's actually never used a Copic before. But I have used other cheap versions of alcohol markers. Let me get my pencil case. There are 2 things from here. Isn't that cute? Got my blue pencil. And this is the pen I've been inking with. I really like it, actually. From Tombow. It came with 2 different pens in this set. This one's a bit bigger of a brush. A little bit more pliable. This one's a bit more stiff. But that's it. And a pencil sharpener. All right. Excuse me. I'm choking on my coffee. Try to zoom this in a little bit more than normal. Hopefully it works well, since we're working so tiny here. And we'll get to drawing this little guy. This is the picture I chose. He's pretty cute, We'll see if I can do this justice, though. American Bully. I'd say we start off with a pretty round head. And his muzzle kind of takes up his whole face. You gotta love how a bully dog smiles. I love a smile. They may have not a great rap because of the features of the breed, but They are cute. Cute smiley beast. And then his bottom lips kind of come out here. And then his little tongue. Trying to get the shape of his mouth a little bit. They got wrinkly little chins here. And kind of bring that all together. Never drawn one of these before. Honestly, I'm not fantastic at drawing dogs, but it's alright. I feel like he kind of has a happy dog smile. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yes, I do kind of want this to go out a little bit more. They do have rather, it's very like weird that they're kind of round, but also like kind of square. And his ears that go back, so we don't really see his ears very much. Searching for the American Bully. There are so many different types. There's like a standard, an XL, classic. It's like 5 different types. Not also to be confused with an American Bulldog. And then the Pit Terrier. They are different from a Pit Terrier. So, learning a lot about doggos. Just goes to show they may all look the same, but they are not all the same. My cousin used to have a Pit Terrier. That dog was crazy athletic and just hyper as heck. No fence could hold him. He could jump an 8-foot fence. It was crazy. He got some muscles. That's one thing about this breed is you do see their muscles. I guess that's part of their having a smooth coat. We see his knees, but I don't see how his back feet are. He's probably like sitting on them. I feel like that'd be kind of cute though. Oh, it's not how it's gonna stay. Where's my eraser? See if I can get another picture of one in a sitting pose to get an idea, maybe, of how I should have his back feetsies. There we go. So they kind of sit with their knees out this way, strangely, and then their feet kind of coming out this way. The different ones here have very different kind of sitting poses. But one thing that is the same is their big buff upper bodies, their big thick necks. I want to add more roundness to this head, I think. Alright, that's an idea. How do I want to show this? Not looking for perfection in these sketches. Just to have fun. Honestly. That's a mess. That's right, I just kind of wanted to get that back idea of what he looks like. And then back to our happy boy. They do kind of have like rounder noses. All right. He's cute. He's cute. He's cute. Not perfect, but in my style, I'm good with it. All right. Time for the markers. Decide what colors. Which I think this is a perfect color, honestly. We could have gone a little bit lighter, but that's all right. I think I'm gonna give him like more yellow eyes. He has a little bit of a brown mark right here. Not really noticeable. Let's see. I don't like using these ends on these ohuhus because the ends, I don't know if it's because of the way they were stored, they're a little bit rough on the ends. But I won't complain here. Okay. I may go in with a deeper, darker brown. Actually, I need a lighter color right now. Thinking this color. Well, I don't know. I kind of need like a pinky color. That one's actually pretty dark. We'll see how light this one is. We'll start there. So, his nose is like light. And that's not really pink. He's got a lot of pink to him. But we're gonna start with this a little bit. We'll kind of figure that out. Pink. The pinks in this set are pretty pink. So it'll be good to mix it with this brown, I think. Really, it's just under his chin mostly. And then I want to do a light, I know. This warm gray color I think will be perfect to come down here with, to add the shadow. And then, where's this pinky? I kind of want to do a little bit more on the outside of here and around these lips. I might go with something a little bit darker overall. A little bit darker. Again, some of these pinks are just so pink, so bright. But I think these areas, If I mix some more brown with this, that'll work. Nah, I think that's good. Okay, and I want to go with a more darker brown, right? I think this will work. Some of these colors do great at layering. Some kind of like wipe away the marker. I don't know how to explain it, but it almost leaves like a white patch. It's very odd. And my shading's not so much going to follow like a real shading pattern as much as kind of to add texture and extra detail. All right, he's cute. He's cute. I want some more pink in his nose, like especially the little corners here, a little bit more pink. Okay, and then I wanted to go with kind of a more yellow toned eyeball, just because there's so much brown, and all my doggies are so brown. This isn't too bright, I don't think. Oh yes, what a good boy. What a good boy. Okay, we'll get some grass thrown in there. And I don't really, it's just kind of like background to help push him out, less so much like a detailed background. That's not what I'm going for in these prompts. I just want the doggo. I just care about drawing a dog. It's a dog, it's a dog, it's a dog. It's a dog, it's a dog, it's a dog. I kind of want, like, not so bright, a more muted blue. But all my blues are very dark. Maybe we can even go with, like, a light purple. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go with, like, a purple. Just because I have all my dogs green on green grass with blue. So I want to be a little bit different with him. I do realize some of the colors that I choose, these markers are so vibrant and so dark. I do have a pastel set that I don't really use, but I realize it doesn't help the figure pop out more, right? When you have such similar toned colors. So like if this was black and white, all this would be so dark, right? Is what I'm saying. But I'm happy with him. That didn't take us too long. Just getting through these prompts very quickly. I want to use that same yellow from the eyes here. There we go. He's the American Bully. And I draw a little doggy footprint on all my pictures there. I like him. What y'all think? I'm not too sad about it. It's important, no matter what you draw, how you draw it, your level of skill. It's important that you are happy with what you have drawn. And you go out there, you ask for critiques and stuff sometimes, you know, hoping for someone to say it's great, and then you might get trashed and it's horrible. But the whole purpose is that you are happy with what you create, because everyone's at different skill levels, right? Everybody is at different skill levels, but that doesn't make your art any less valid as your artistic creation. So let's pop our American Bully in here. And our next one is going to be the Peruvian Inca dog. Interesting. I had numbered these. I didn't realize. And I'm off by a number. All right. Let us see. I have no idea what a Peruvian Inca orchid dog is. Peruvian Inca orchid dog. No, look at him with his little mohawk. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need one with a little mohawk. So essentially they are a hairless dog breed. Which I used to like actually really like. Oh, this is such a beautiful family. Aww. Okay. And some of them are spotted. We'll probably not go with one that's too heavily spotted because... Oh, look at that, puppers. I've been just going on adult dogs because all puppies essentially have like similar puppy features. Look at that. Look at that hairdo. Beautiful. Ah, oh, look at him. Okay. I don't even know if I should try. Maybe something less complicated. I'm trying to go for more profile centered since we have such a small space. I don't want him to be like super tiny. It's okay if you draw super tiny. Look at this guy with his tail. If that's how you prefer to draw, but I always encourage you, draw bigger than you think. Oh my goodness. Look at this trio. I love dogs. I love all animals, but this one has so much fur. All right, nothing has really... Look at those giant ears. Caught my attention as like what I really want to draw. I don't know. I'm still kind of like on this guy. Maybe we can like just zoom in and do like this much of him. There's not much detail to go on. But I still like his energy, so maybe we'll do that. Just frame it. Alright. I like these blue pencils, but constantly having to sharpen them. I saw someone suggesting that you should really use a razor blade to sharpen. Give you a lot more lead to work with. But I'm clumsy, and I will 100% cut myself. Okay. So, we kind of have him like this. I'm exaggerating his nose a little bit. He's got a big old chest. All right, and then this arm is kind of like coming down here. And then here, and then here. Exaggerating those toes a little bit. If you think about like an under sketch, it's not so much like supposed to be the perfect, yes, we're gonna add outline and this is the final, right? It's more of like giving yourself guidelines So like somebody who might want to create a grid first and use that grid to copy an image. Instead, we're creating our own little map. So the undersketch is going to be messier than what you might like. But that's just your sketch. Maybe less of a curve here and more like this is the knee and we're going up in here. And then gonna go down a little. Also, where did I put my eraser? Here it is, okay. Blue pencil is hard to erase. All right. I don't need to be mean to be making noise, but I'm like, they got tiny little eyeballs. I'm drinking coffee, and it is kind of creating burps. He's an alien. Okay. Short, square. And then we're kind of round around the eyeballs here. And then he is an alien. He got a cute little floppy ear. Maybe make that a little bit more like that. And then this ear is kind of like more up. Yeah, I think that kind of looks like him. We've got it, just about. I feel like this needs to come out a little bit more to show this chest line. And then I want to move this up a little bit more. This will come into his chest. This will be his elbow. And his wrist, I guess is what you call it on a dog. And then this goes more like this way, where we have this coming in here. And kind of thinking out loud, his little wrist here, and then his feetsies. All right. And then his hip is, they do kind of have a flatness to the hip area. And then this line almost like comes like that. It comes up here, and then like this. I think I like it. Okay. All right. I just need to fix this a little. Okay. Not too bad. Hopefully we can tell he's like jumping and he's not an alien, a bipedal alien, though he might be. A great artist once said, you should work on the eyes simultaneously and not one a piece. You don't want to fill one completely in and then do the other. You don't want to fill one in and then copy paste it to the other side. No, you want to draw the eye line, draw the, I don't know, if you want to draw the pupil next, draw the pupil on the other one. Bottom, bottom. And it may not be perfect, but it'll be a lot closer to being correct, right? Than if you did it the other way. his nose is in shadow, so we can't really see his nose, but we're just assuming that it goes like most other doggos' noses go. Ah, I still brought it down more than I wanted to. So you can't really see. I don't know. It's not a great picture that we're using. I like this should go more like this. All right, we're getting kind of off here, but that's all right. Something like that. It's not perfect. Some of these lines could be a little bit better, but that's all right. I feel like this should have come down a little bit more. There we go. All right, now about colors. It kind of has some warm grays, and I feel like it has some not so warm grays. We might go with warm gray. There's a lot of redness to him. So I think this will be the overall gray that I use. It is a warm gray. And then that other light warm gray that I was using for my pinks. So I'll probably start with that. So I'll probably do like, well, it's not as pink as I want. Did I have another color? Maybe I'll go with this one. I always put my markers back after each picture because I make a mess. Just need to make sure I keep my grays out that I want. Interesting. Okay, so what? What did we decide? This warm gray? Let me see. I think that warm gray. Okay, we're gonna use the pinks. This for the pinks. Add some pink. Ooh, that's very pink. Maybe not that pink. Maybe not that pink. I know I have a lighter one. Yeah, that's more of what I want. More of a peachy color. So we're gonna add this to some of the spots. And where this is, it's like mostly where a normal dog would be missing fur, right? Ooh, son of a gun. Lost my lid. And we'll kind of go out from there. And his paws are very white, so we'll keep them white. Do most of his head, I think, in this color. And then it gets a little bit darker as we get into his nose. All right. And then maybe right here. And then we'll come back with this darker gray color. Ooh. May not work as well as I would like it to. Ew. I just realized that was one of the bad markers. Hopefully we can kind of see what we're trying to do here. Another thing about this is just like regular sketchbook paper, so you can't really put too much alcohol on it because it will start to destroy the paper. Or like you can't blend too much without the risk of destroying the paper. Now, what are we gonna do about his eyeballs? What did I do? with my pen. Ah, I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. I think we're gonna do like mostly black here. And then we'll probably color in his nose here. And maybe go over it with this darker gray. Ooh. That might have been a mistake. It's alright. Now what we're gonna do, I kinda like the pop of orange in the background. Like these little orange flowers. I don't know what they are. So we're just gonna make it up. Just make it up when you don't know. And then we'll probably do like a darker green. Maybe not that dark of a green. We'll probably just go with our regular green. So one more thing I want to add. We'll come back to it. I might do a darker green coming around here. Just to create a separation here. All right. I just kind of wanted to do like a little tufts of hair.
because he does still have some furs.
Okay. I do still want some light blue. Some of my latest blue. That might be you. Yeah, this is one of those that's running out. So it's very scratchy. But it kind of adds interesting texture to the background. All right. What was he called again? I don't even remember at this point. He was a Peruvian Inca orchid dog. It's a lot. Peruvian Inca orchid dog. That MFer look ferocious. He not ferocious. He playful. And he goes into our box of other ferocious puppers. All right, English Pointer is our next done. We're on, what, day 11? What is today? The 15th? If I do 11 and 12, I should be able to catch up if I do 4 more tomorrow. Oh, they come in lots of different colors. I think I typically see the black and white and brown and white. He's got to be pointing. I think that's the important part. He needs to be in his pointing position. English Pointer pointing. There we go. Ah, look at him. Go. Ooh, he's really serious. Ooh. Look at how straight. How freaking straight they hold their tails. know. I don't know. Ooh. He's low to the ground. Let me go back. I'm thinking... Oh, but he's cute. Okay. We're going with Sirius. So we liked him. But also I feel like... Just a little puppy learning how to point. Oh my goodness. I feel like I want like a side profile. Decisions. I like her. I can't decide. I can't decide. Well, we'll start with this and see where it takes us. Butters, are you okay? Kind of weird place for you to be laying, Bubby. So we're thinking... They actually got kind of big ears, don't they? like this is not how I want it. I'll think on that some more. Oh my gosh, this lead is so soft. Shake the whole table. Let's think about this right quick. Thinking he's looking kind of sad. I do think this needs to come out this way a little bit more. Okay. So we're still struggling with this part. And basically we want the arm to come down as such. And I don't know. How is this supposed to look? This is not a good angle. Maybe it'd be better, understandable, if we kind of had his, no, that wouldn't work. Ooh, this leg shouldn't be the problem. This leg shouldn't be our problems. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. So our shoulder is going to be here, right? And then the arm is going to kind of come out. No. This shouldn't be the difficult part. just need something that is more readable. And I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. See, that seems so simple. Mm-mm. Come on, brain. It's not that hard to figure out. Where did my reference go? Where did my reference go? I've lost it. Son of a gun. How'd I manage to lose it? He was right here. Alright. I don't even know. I lost my reference. And I'm kind of sad about it. Why did I do this? Oh, okay. I see what's wrong. Okay. Here we are. Good boy. Good boy. Let's just start. Let's just start hacking out the pieces here until I get to that arm. The Arm of Doom. Let's see. I don't understand. Because, like, it's so hiked up here. Obviously. And then we have a ball here. It's being held close to us. And then we're kind of going off here. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. Okay. Maybe the ball is actually more here. So let's follow this line and then this line. Then you go off into the shadows. All right, that's as good as we're gonna do. I do want to do a brighter orange. For this one. Yep. I realize I don't have his face over here. Okay. Oh, I didn't even finish this line here. We'll come back to it. All right. And then he has a spot on his back. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of pink on his nosy here. And then we're gonna add a little bit of pink on his whipsies here. Then we'll come back with a darker color for that. And then we're gonna get, I think, our warm gray in here. Okay. Okay, a darker brown to come in here.
How dark is this one? That one's the color I want, actually. Get this color out. This one I need. This is not the color that I wanted, actually. I have a color that's a little bit lighter than that. I don't know what color it is. I think this is too pink. Too pink, too pink. Well, maybe it's this color. No, not that one. My guess is it's actually this one. I need a little bit of lines there. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of white. If this will behave. Oh. I need a little bit more white on the eye. Shit. Pardon my language. All right. Now, we're going to give him more of like a yellowy background. And hopefully I can find one that's not too dark. I mean, that might be good to add like some strands, but I kind of want light yellow, light gold yellow. That's too dark. Let's see what color this is. That's too dark, too dark, too dark. That's the problem with all of these. We can go with more like a, okay, so we'll do this. Yeah, a bit more saturated than I would like, but we're doing it, so YOLO. We'll add some like grass. And since this is kind of fall colored, I think I want to go with like a more bluish gray sky. Not any good at finding that, so we'll see what we can come up with. It may just be gray. I know there was a color I used before on another one of these that I liked. We might go with purple. The purple is the closest thing I can get to kind of like a grayish background. So that's one possibility. Could use that gray we used in him. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. Wish I had a lighter color. Okay, we might end up doing this. Ugh. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's one of the messed up markers. I don't know. Let me think about that. We're gonna add some this is the one we said no to. Yeah, that one's super dark. Okay. This is our usual one. I don't want it to be too bright either. I don't know. Decisions. I could even go with like a lighter yellow. I feel like that's kind of dull though. What did we think about this one? Too purple. I don't know. We might just go purple. Would that be weird? Even though we've already got a purple one. It can't be any weirder than what we've already done, right? That's too dark. Oh, color limitations drive me nuts. We've been going on forever just trying to find this one suitable color. I could even go with like, well, I don't have that either. again. Could do a pink. We've never done a pink. I don't know. Would that be weird? That might be weird. Okay. Here we go. We're just gonna go with our default blue. Okay. And he was the English pointer. All right. Is that just 3 dogs we've done today? Let me get a reminder of where we're at. Yeah, so we've done the American Bully, the Peruvian Inca Orchid Dog, and the English Pointer. We need 1 more to finish us up. They're cute. I can't hate them. I love all my little doggos. Okay. What do we got next? An English setter, which is basically like the English pointer, is it not? Except a little bit furrier. English setter. Am I out of coffee? That was my last taste there. All right, reset. Put everything back in here. Pew pew pew. Everything back in. Pew pew. All right, English setter. English setter. Get our mind back in the game. Kind of glad to move away from the pointer. He was cute. I like him. But I feel like I spent too long on him. Where are we at? We've been doing this for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay. Whew. I do like that we have a set idea of what we're drawing, but also sometimes I just like the freedom to just do whatever. I didn't realize that like all English setters are basically got spots. The Irish setters are the red ones. Oh, I forget what the what those specific type of spots are called. Is it like mottled or something? Did I just make that term up? You're precious. You're precious too. Oh, not only are there English setters, there's also different types of English setters. I gotta have his big fluffy tail in it. I feel like that is a must. He's got an interesting shape to him. It reminds me of something. I feel like there's a cartoon. I can't really think of what it is. Oh, I know. I'm thinking of, it's actually the collie off of 101 Dalmatians. I think he had like this big fluffy chest that kind of went down to these little tiny paws with like
wavy fur because they're in the wind, the snowy wind. I don't know why that popped into my head, but it did. Now I don't get a good view of his tail. Oh, he's got kind of a curl on his tail. He's cute. There was one that had a really standy up tail. But I kind of like this. I try to avoid the spotted patterns because I feel like it's all gonna get jumbled up. But I don't know that I can necessarily avoid some spots. We can do small spots. They're so cute. Dogs are so cute. Okay, so we like him. We get a good view of everything. We might change his coloration though and not go with this coloration. That's what I'm thinking. So he's got more of a square top to his face. A lot of the English breeds do have kind of like this more square, where you see American breeds are more like dome, round shaped, if that makes sense. He has a little bit more of a broader chest than I thought an English setter would have. I kind of messed that up there. I wanted to be more like that. I think I kind of want to have some more fur coming down here. Maybe not so long of a nose. Okay. Stop. I'm trying to open up. All right. This is our last one. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, he does have his other leg. All right. Hello. Hello, hello. We are taking part in Doggust, and we are doing prompt number 12, the English setter. That is what we are working on right now. Now I'm thinking of doing a different color, though. How about we just type in English setter colors? That one's pretty. They're all pretty. What am I saying? They're all so pretty. Is Belton the coloration? Yeah. So we are wanting a orange Belton. Let's try that. Orange Belton. I want one that doesn't have too many spots. All these have a lot of spots. Is Belton the spot color? I'm so confused. I don't know what Belton means. See, I liked him specifically. But I wonder if they grow up and have more spots as they get older. Yeah, that's going the wrong direction. Okay. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Google seems to confuse the English and the Irish setters. Okay, so they didn't do the spots too bad. Heck. Ooh, that one's pretty. I don't know. I just have to make a decision. Here we go. What are these? So we have blue Belton, liver Belton, blue Belton in tan, liver Belton in tan, lemon Belton, and an orange Belton. I guess that's kind of like the distinguishing feature of the English setter is the spots, maybe. Unless I'm just making that up. Okay, so we'll start with this guy. And see where it takes us. Let me get my... trying to find one that's a little bit darker, but not too dark. I still want it to be pretty orangey. Well, maybe we'll start with this and then go darker. Okay, so I'm gonna put a lot of brown in his face, I think. Start there. Kind of following the idea of this guy. He's got a lot more brown down his nose. So, he's pretty brown. Maybe leave some spots like that. Okay. And his neck has a lot of brown to it, so we'll kind of keep that going. And then his fur, his long fur, has a lot of white to it. He's got quite a bit of spotting. And then he's got darker or bigger splotches as we kind of go down the leg. He over here looking like a giraffe. And it kind of mixes into his long hair color. I don't know. We're just making it up. Okay, so he does have some bigger spots of color on his back. And then we kind of spots go out a little bit more. So we'll do a little bit thicker spots on his bum. I think that'll be fine. And then we'll kind of let it go out a little bit. We don't know. We're trying to be a little bit random here. And then he's got some big spots on his legs. Okay. And then his tail. Just kind of okay. And then his ears also just kind of like that. He's got some spotty spots on his mouth. All right. I think that's all we're gonna do there. Are we gonna add a little bit of darker? Yeah, I'll put a little bit of darker brown here in some areas. Okay. Let's see. Is this the gray that I want? Okay. Yeah, we'll get his nose in here, a little bit gray, a little bit of gray in his mouth. Okay. And then we need a warm gray. I kind of want a pinker color than that, honestly. Let's see. That's too pink. What are our options here? We did 27. Let's see, 26. So we might do this. Okay. I think this will be a good in-between color. just so it's not all white. Alright, and last but not least, eyes. I'm gonna make them kind of orangey. Hopefully it's not gonna be too orange. It won't be once we get the pupil added in there. Alright. And, you know, I kind of want to go with like a blue-green for the background. That might be too dark, though. We'll start with this. And move into the darker blue-green color. And wish I had kind of a light blue-green for the sky, but I've been kind of wanting to go back with purple. Purple and green. Do purple and green go together? Am I making that up? Yep. Don't matter. We did it. We went purple. We went purple for this girl. Alright, let's add that pupil in. And we're gonna need our white. Our good ones in here. Usually I leave space for the white, but sometimes I ain't thinking about it too hard. Where did I put my good one? I know I have it. Ooh-wee. 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 There's that damn blender. I don't even know if it works. Probably not. Okay. We're just going with this then. All right. And this was our English setter. Overall, she's cute. She's cute. that shall do us for now. If you haven't already, you can go set up, check us out. Tyson Eats Paintbrushes on Instagram, on Threads, and then Tyson Eats Paint on Blue Sky because of character limitations on Blue Sky. So you can see all the dogs that I will be doing for Doggust, in case you miss out, because I'm not going to stream them all. And that'll be it for this stream. Thank you if you checked it out. I'm going to go ahead and show all that we did on this stream. We did the American Bully, Peruvian Inca Orchid Dog, the English Pointer, and the English Setter. Beautiful, beautiful. I think they're cute enough. All right, thank y'all so much. See you next time.